So today we're talking with Pritesh Damani, the Chief Technology Officer here at Real Broker. Pritesh is the man behind all of Real's technology and his tech vision. Pritesh, how you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Doing good, man. So we're at the 2025 Rise event. You guys just had a couple of really major announcements, including Leo for Buyers. And Leo's our AI assistant. Can you tell us a little bit about Leo for Buyers and like what that role is going to look like?
Yeah, I think if you look at technology and how property search has evolved over time, I would say like the last major innovation was when Zillow came out, right?
Yeah.
With property search, and like all of a sudden you were unlocked from the MLS. And I of course things got better, but like that was like the last big innovation.
Yeah.
Tell me if you think otherwise, but like that was a big thing. And so Leo is, I think, a step further, and it's a step function change. It's not an incremental change. If you look at the UI, if you look at everything, like it's nowhere close to what other property searches are. The idea is it's voice first. Of course, you can chat with it, but it goes into buyer consultation. So step one is you go in and say, hey, the AI is smart enough to just have an entire conversation with you, understand what you're looking for, understand what you really need. The UI is really intense. I think it starts telling you in real time, what it's actually understanding when you're talking to it, and then shows you search results, and you can have like just a conversation like you have with an agent, and it's smart enough to talk about schools, smart enough to talk about taxes, property taxes, mortgages, whatever you need. Like we haven't found a thing it can't answer yet.
Wow, really? And so it'll like extract the information, it'll ask the consumer questions about what they're looking for and get that information for you?
Yeah. It's smart enough to understand what it needs to serve the consumer, and it will plug the holes as it goes along. But it's not intense. It's instant. Like we focus on instant gratification a lot. So we didn't want a system where it will ask you 15 questions before it shows something. So it's like it tries to aggressively show you something and then continue to ask questions. And like that has always been like the goal, that we wanted to aggressively get to one question, two questions, you're in, maybe one question. You're in, you start seeing things, and then you start answering more questions, or you can say, filter, can you show me between 2 and 3 million? And it will just do it for you. There are no filters, there are no drop downs. There's none of that. You just talk to it. Just tell it what you want.
So what does that look like? If I have heyleo.com/Malcolm, somebody goes there and they start interacting with it, like how quickly will it start showing them property?
After a question or two.
Okay.
Of course, depending on the start, like if the question is like mortgage questions, there's no properties to show.
Yeah.
Right. So it really depends on what the buyer is looking for or what kind of advice they're looking for. But if the advice is like, hey, can you show me some homes in Florida or St. Pete or Miami or whatever, it will show you some things instantly and then start refining. It will ask you, like, if you just say, show me some homes in Miami, you see some homes in Miami, then obviously it's not a property, like it's just a general search, right? Then it will automatically start refining it. It's like, oh, what's your budget? What's your, criteria? How many bedrooms? How many bathrooms? Tell me a little bit more about your family.
Yeah.
And starts evolving that and narrows it down to like 10 homes or 15 homes, right?
That sounds very much like the experience that we have as agents. Like I'll often talk to consumers and I'll be on my computer, be like, okay, 300 to 400,000. How many bedrooms? Okay, we got 200. Let's narrow it down a little bit further.
Exactly.
And it just kind of keeps narrowing it down. So it does that for us.
Exactly.
Which is amazing. And so this is essentially like a home search portal, but it's voice commanded and voice
and chat commanded, but it's not like there's no filters, because you can't filter by blue countertops.
Yeah.
You just can't do that. So there are no filters. Like just feel like you're talking to a human being and see how far you can take it.
And is this the industry first or the world first for this type of technology? As far as I know.
For this kind of technology, like voice first, probably not, because there are a lot of things that are voice first. As far as I know, property search, probably yes. And real estate research and search, yes. I think what's more industry first, in my opinion, or world first might be, is the AI CRM that we talked about. We call it ARM, is the byproduct of using this technology is the fact that you start truly the system, Leo, starts truly understanding your customer, in this case, the buyer. And in a traditional CRM, you would have to enter buyer first name, last name, family members, birth dates, what are they looking for, and like how far are you going to go. And you put them on a drip campaign somewhere that just sends them 10 emails a month, and you hope for the best. And like, you probably are smart enough to put them on a text chain somewhere, and that you message them on text messaging, and then you hope for the best. With ARM, you want to do any of those things, you go to the traditional CRM. With ARM, the system is smart enough to do whatever it has to do. It builds the profile. You can see the profile, but it builds the profile. It reaches out when it thinks it's time. It's smart enough to know that you're on vacation. What's the point of reaching out? It's smart enough to know that you're looking for a blue countertop kitchen and you finally found a home that has blue countertops. Or it's smart enough to know that you're looking for a pool. It's smart and like knows that there's finally a home that has 3x3 bath and a pool. And it will send you that one property saying, hey, I finally found this home. Let's go look at it. It fits in your profile.
And you mentioned that the current like MLSs and Zillow is kind of dependent on what keywords you put into your description. And that with this new Leo for buyers, it's going to actually look at the images and be able to tell from the images what it's looking at. Can you talk about that a little bit?
So images have data, right? And realtors will do a good job in descriptions, but like enjoy the glorious sunset is not, it's not helpful for a buyer who has very specific needs, right? Like you can talk about the glorious sunset when you meet them and when you're in the house, but you don't talk about it when you're searching. So the photos that you upload tell us a lot. So we analyze them, we look at them, we extract information out of them, and all of that becomes available in your implicit searching. You're not going to search by the things that we look for.
Yeah.
But you might say things that will surface those things.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. Now, I know Tamir said that we acquired a lot of assets from flyhomes.com. They spent over $50 million creating this really robust home search. And this is kind of the marriage of that with our Leo AI. What are the assets that we got from that Flyhomes acquisition? And how did that integrate that?
Yeah, with Flyhomes, we got all the MLS integrations and the code to ingest the MLS integrations and stuff like that. We already had the Canadian, MLS, so we ingested that as well. And the UI, I think they did a great job at building a great UI, and we were able to repurpose quite a bit of that. But, it's not exactly the same, but it's close. So you can see the map elements, you can see like repurposed things, and like we obviously have Leo front and center. And I think it was a great pickup for us.
Yeah.
The team that came with it is incredible. Really hardworking team.
Now, I've heard Tamir talk about how AI is only as useful as the data that you feed it. And like one of the unique value propositions of Real is that we get to feed it data about our transactions. Well, like what are the unique insights that we get from having this unique set of data that we get to feed our AI?
I mean, just think about like all the data. Like I'll give you an example. A customer is talking to Leo and says, "Oh, I have a Tesla. I need an EV charger." You're not going to put that in a CRM.
Yeah.
As far as I know, most people don't put EV charger in the CRM, but you do put it in your brain, and then next time you find a house, you remember, oh, this guy's looking for an EV charger. This home, I can tell them about it, right? So the AI CRM does that. ARM does that for you. So automatically tags that element in your profile, and then uses that to nurture the lead.
And you guys are also launching Leo companions, which are going to be like support features for Leo on a state level. How tell me about like how did you train those AIs? Because if we have 50 different states plus regions in Canada, like that must be a lot of technical data to feed that.
We have millions and millions of questions in our database. As you know, we have grown our proprietary system. So when people have questions, they ask inside of Reason, and the answers were given by brokers. Now we have all this data. So we took all the retroactive data, we trained Leo with it.
Oh, wow. So like the chat conversations we've been having with the broker, you're able to train Leo on that data?
On that data.
So the questions that people have asked before, here's the broker's typically answer.
Exactly.
Wow.
And then the brokers did an incredible, every broker like banded together and uploaded their training manuals, uploaded, when Leo couldn't figure out answers to things, trained it manually. We even reverse engineered our questions to the conversations to come up with questions, and then had Leo try to answer them. And the ones that it couldn't answer, we got the brokers to answer them for us. So there was a lot of work put into like getting this to go.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's escalation built in. So every time Leo it's more towards safety than answering something.
Yeah.
So when it doesn't auto answer, it just escalates to the broker. If you're talking to it, it will escalate on a conference call. If you're on chat, it will escalate on a chat. Like, it just kind of does its thing.
So this is worked into our ROAR system that we have.
Correct.
Where
it works into the ROAR system.
Where you can call your broker directly from the Leo AI. See, that's really interesting that you have almost 2 years of agents asking brokers questions and them responding in that chat section of each transaction. Like, that's definitely a unique set of data right there. That
unique to real, unpurchasable from anywhere.
Yeah. That's unique.
Well, I think it might be interesting to talk about the concept of Leo companions. And I think the idea that we discussed today was Leo support companion and broker companion. You can ask these questions. But I think it's also something that wasn't very implicit because was implicit, but we didn't like really talk about it too much. It's because we're like, want to keep something.
Okay.
Well, but this is our foray into agentic AI. Like, the companions are basically agentic in many ways.
What's that word?
Agentic AI.
What's that mean?
It means that AI is able to do the work for you.
Mm-hmm.
So you will have different kinds of companions that will launch soon. Social companion, content companion, assistant companion.
Yeah, like a marketing companion, probably.
Marketing companion. And these companions do work for you. They're not just like companions. They're actually like assistants. They're doing work for you.
Wow.
With specific, things that they can do for you. And that's truly agentic. Like, that's what agentic AI is. So that's like our foray into getting into that aspect of things that we want to do.
Yeah, that's really interesting because that makes sense, because I know right now Leo can create marketing materials for your listings. You guys are working on it, also writing contracts for you. Are we at that part?
So that would be an example of
like a separate one right there. Then you have broker support is going to be like a separate role.
Correct.
Yeah, that's really interesting. These are the different companions, kind of the different roles from the one central Leo. Now, something really unique is that you guys said that you're actually going to pay agents for the amount of time that their buyers are using Leo AI and asking it questions. That's incredibly unique. Never heard of that before. And I'm guessing it's because you guys get to sell them real mortgage and real title, promote those services.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, companies pay somebody for product adoption all the time. It's very normal for someone to make a product, go advertise on Facebook or Google, and get traffic for the product. So you are paying Google, you are paying Facebook. Well, we're paying you.
Yeah.
It's just that simple. Like, you are the advertising engine for HeyLeo. So we feel like, okay, there's value in it, and we pay you by the minute of conversation. So this is really important. I think a lot of people didn't take that away. It's not, the animation is just an example. We will come up with the right value of conversation per minute. So like X dollars per minute of conversation, whether it's text or voice. And we will translate that over into dollars. And remember, like, not every conversation that someone is having with Leo is going to convert into a lead.
Yeah.
Right? So the idea is, it's like, technically, hopefully, it's RESPA compliant, where we're paying you for the conversations, and only some of them might convert into like actually something meaningful. So, but the idea is that that's the underlying issue, the underlying crux of it, right? Is agents are getting paid for the value they're bringing to HeyLeo. Obviously, any conversation that you bring to your URL, like heyleo.com/Malcolm, right? It will be associated to you. So the customer is talking to Leo, all those conversations are visible to you. You have total control over it. You can pause Leo anytime you want. This is your data to take. It's on the API. You can download it, go do whatever you want with it. Like, the company doesn't assume ownership on it, right? And if they transact, they transact. If they don't transact, then they don't transact.
Yeah, I think it totally makes sense. Like, if you're willing to pay somebody a referral fee for like a closed transaction,
exactly,
why not pay for the actions that can lead to that lead gen in the first place? And I've heard Tamir say before that, like, even a revenue share model, that is the marketing budget.
Yeah. That is the marketing budget.
Yes.
And exactly. And that's what we're tapping into. If you think about it, like, hey, now we need help promoting HeyLeo. Okay, how can we do that? Okay, let's tap into the marketing budget that's already spent. We have, because of that marketing budget, we now have 30,000, 31,000 agents, whatever it is. And we can use them to promote Leo. Okay, how do you do that? So you have HeyLeo.com/Malcolm. HeyLeo.com/Malcolm/specific listing, which is a custom UI for that listing that you have. You can put that QR code on your yard sign or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. And it goes somewhere. And then any interaction with that goes to Malcolm, and Malcolm can take over, look at it while Malcolm is sleeping at 3 a.m. Suppose some customer is like having insomnia or something and wants to talk to you. Well, they can talk to you.
In my voice. From
In
my
your
AI,
voice.
AI assistant in my
your
voice.
If you like that, then it's in your voice.
Yeah. And I love, so this Leo AI, consumers can talk to it and get buyer's consultation, so they can ask it general buyer advice. As like a content creator, I could see that being very valuable as well.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, come talk to my AI companion, and he'll tell you exactly the stuff you need to go through to buy a home in Maryland.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really powerful, especially for content creators and YouTubers. One thing I love about this company is, like, I feel like we have a culture of just innovation. And so this is all innovative. I don't know anybody else in the industry doing this at all.
This is the first time I even, like, listen, like the innovations that we have done in the past are true innovations, but they're operational innovations.
Yeah.
Operational efficiency innovations. Nobody, I think, thought about brokerage being, hey, we can run the entire brokerage with 9 people.
Yeah.
Like, nobody had done that before. So we spent a lot of time doing that. And as a result, when people come to you and say, hey, what is Real's technology? I think a lot of people stumble to explain, like, what is it? Like, oh, we have an app. We can do transaction system. Well, we have SkySlope. Okay. What is it special? Well, you have to use it to know why it's special.
Yeah.
Now, I think we have something. Do you just tell them, well, I don't want to even explain to you. I don't even have a conversation with it. And you just put the phone down and let them have at it. And that's the technology. And then there's this tube light moment, hopefully, and then you have a conversation where they're ready to listen to you. I think it's going to topsy-turvy a lot of attraction calls too.
Yeah. I think there's going to be like some consumer education with this.
Yeah.
But this is definitely the future. And I've heard Tamir talk about how he wants to build his business for the future, not for the current, not for the past.
Yeah.
Well, Pritesh, I'm super excited about like the future of this company and starting getting my hands on this Leo for buyers and playing around.
No, I'm excited about it too. I think this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
For the very first time, I feel like we're putting in the hands of the agents something that we have been working towards for 5 years. And it's like finally there.
Has it been that long? This vision has been for about 5 years?
This vision has been from day one. The thing is, we have to build everything we built so far to execute this vision.
Yeah.
There is no shortcut to this. If you use third-party services and you partner with somebody, I mean, like even when you're using HeyLeo and if you have to sign a document, you're going to use Real Signature. It's all integrated. Like it's seamlessly like dovetailing into each other so that the experience is not broken. You don't want to get sent to DocuSign and then come back and like, none of that makes sense.
Yeah. So many other companies, they rely on bolt-on technology.
Exactly.
And none of them work together. They're kind of connected, but not really.
It's hard. Like I feel bad for people who have to integrate them because it's like, it's challenging to do this. Like it's not easy to integrate 4 technologies and make them work seamlessly.
Yeah.
Because they have no reason to work together. It's not their business, you know, like DocuSign doesn't care that it has to work with like, I don't know, Follow Boss. I'm making things up. Like they have no incentive.
One thing I love that I hear Tamir talking about is that he doesn't want to be identified as a real estate brokerage anymore, but instead, was it a real estate technology platform?
Yeah, he likes to use that metaphor, like real estate technology platform. I like to use the Amazon real estate.
Okay.
You know, Amazon started with books, but then ended up doing a lot more.
Yeah.
Same thing. We started with real estate. We ended up doing real wallet, AI. You know, there's going to be a lot more.
Do you guys have other AI things in the works that you want to roll out in the next couple of years?
Yeah, there's going to be so much more. This is just the beginning. Yeah.
Dude, I'm excited, man.
I'm excited too.
Yeah. Thanks so much for your time, dude. It's great.